Hey guys, my name is Luca and I build businesses and sell options. And in this video, I'm going to explain what I do with the money I use to sell options in the simplest possible way. So if you're a grandma watching this, you might be able to understand. Now I'm getting better and better at explaining these things. So with every video, it's going to be clearer and clearer. And I'm trying to explain this so that anyone can understand it. So what I do is I built a couple of trading businesses, some of which are pretty well known in the industries. And right now I'm using my money to sell options. Why am I selling options? Because it's just easier to be consistent and earn anywhere between 1 to 4% per month without any significant risk. And I will explain what I do and why I do it. So I'm going to share my screen. And as you can see, I created this nice mirror board to just keep you curious and watch until the end, because I'm going to show you what I do and how my portfolio is going. So first of all, options are not the same as stocks. When you buy a stock, you actually own the stock, but options don't give you the obligation, they just give you the right to buy the shares. And then it depends whether you're buying or selling the options, and I will explain how that works. So basically, an option is a contract between you, an option buyer, and the option seller, and gives you the right to buy 100 shares. And you're not obligated to do it. That's the most important thing. So the risk is limited. You're buying it at the strike price and by a certain date, by the expiration. So if an option expires, today is 24th of July, an option might expire on 1st of August, for example. On 1st of August, you cannot close the position, you cannot change it. You have to buy or sell 100 shares. Now, it's like a reservation with a locked-in price. What do I mean by that? If you find a house that you want to buy, let's say you're moving away from your parents and you want to be independent finally, and you find a house that is $1 million, but you don't have money yet. You're going to a bank, you're negotiating a loan, and you finally are ready to say, hey, I want to buy it, but you don't have money yet. On 1st of September, let's say you'll get the money, so you go to the insurance company and you pay $1,000 so that they keep the house at that price for you, because the house by 1st of September might be more expensive or less expensive, but you want to secure the house at maximum $1 million. That's what you want to pay. That's what you negotiated with the bank. So you want to keep that price. So you pay $1,000 to the bank to be able to buy the house at this $1 million. So if it grows to 1.2 million, you're safe. You're buying it at 1 million. That's how options work. If you want to buy 100 shares of Apple at $200, you pay a price right now, so that the price of the stock is going to be at maximum $200. So if the shares jump to 240, you're still going to be able to buy the shares at 200, and you'll earn on the appreciation from 200 to 240. So I'm just going to explain that on, for example, Nvidia. Let's say Nvidia is the option. You're buying a contract of Nvidia, and that option makes it possible for you to buy or sell 100 shares of Nvidia by 1st of August, that's the expiration date, at the strike price, that's $30. So basically what you're doing, if you're buying options for Nvidia, you're saying, hey, I'm going to pay whatever, $3 per share, so that the maximum price that I'm going to pay for Nvidia is $30. And that's how option buying works. So you have the underlying asset, so options to Nvidia, you can buy a call option or sell a call option, or buy a put option or sell a put option, which expires at a certain date at a certain strike price. All right, and this is pretty complex, guys. It took me a while to realize that, and I'm in the trading space, and I've probably traded almost every kind of asset, and it takes time. So if you watch a couple of videos, you will understand it better and better. So every contract, every option is representing a size of 100 shares. So every contract, when you buy one, it's 100 shares. 2 contracts, 200 shares. 10 contracts is 1,000 shares. And the premium is the price you pay when you're buying options, or the price that you get paid, or the fee that you get paid because you're selling the option contract. So the option buyer is paying the premium to the option seller. So if you're an option seller, and that's what I am, you're getting paid whether the stock grows or falls. Like if whatever happens, you get paid the premium in any case. Now there is a risk there, which I will explain, but the option buyer pays for, let's say, the insurance to option seller. Let's say that's a reservation fee, so that the thing that you want to do and you predict will happen as an option buyer is insured by the option seller, and you actually get paid. And that's how every option market works. The buyers pay the premium to the sellers, so they secure that what they're buying, what they're betting on, actually happens. So when compared to classical trading, basically entry price, let's say Apple is trading at $200, that's the entry price. And compared to the options, if Apple is trading at 200 price, the strike price is the level where you choose to enter. So if it's 200 right now, maybe in a week it'll be 220 or 180. So that's the strike price. So you're predicting the future, whether the stock will go and be more expensive or less expensive at a discount. So what does that mean for the options? So you have basically got 4 positions which are called legs, and I won't go into details, but basically you can buy a put, sell a put, buy a call, or sell a call. Call buyers are bullish. They're predicting that the stock price will go up. So they're betting on the price to go up. To do that, they buy a call. So let's say you buy one contract that is a call contract. That means that you have the rights but not the obligation to buy a certain 100 shares if the price ends above the strike price. So let's say Apple is $200 and you buy one contract of Apple at 180, and the strike is in 1 week. So if in 1 week the price of Apple is above 180, you got paid. But to do that, in order to do that, you gotta pay the premium to the call seller. And a call seller says, all right, call buyer, if the stock price actually goes above 180 and stays above 180 up until, let's say, a week from now, first of, let's say, August, then sure, I will sell you, I guarantee to sell you 100 shares of Apple at 180. And I promise that if the price goes higher, I will not sell you Apple shares at more expensive price. And that way, you as the call buyer are paying the call seller a price, a premium, so that they ensure that if you want to buy Apple at 180 at maximum, you don't want to buy it at a higher price. If it goes up, you will earn more money. Now, the call seller, of course, gets paid a premium by the call buyer, and they get paid in any way. And I'll explain what's the advantage there. On the other side, you got put buyer. And put buyer is bearish. They're betting the price of Apple will go down. So if the price of Apple is right now 200, they're betting that if they buy an option, a put option on Apple when it's 200, that the price will go down. And if at the certain date, let's say in a week from now, Apple shares are not 200 but 180, then the put buyer wins. They earn money. But the problem is they need to pay to the put seller so that they secure that price, and the put seller always earns a premium. Now, this is, of course, this sounds much more complex than it is, and when you start doing it, you might actually earn some money if you listen to what I'm saying. So option buyers versus option sellers. Buyers bet that the market will cross the strike price in their direction before expiry, and sellers bet they won't. Buyers pay for the premium, sellers receive the premium. Buyers win only between 5 to 15, 20% of the time. Sellers can win almost every time. And that's just statistics. And that's why the buyers are looking to earn much more in total. They know they will lose a lot of trades, but in total they will earn more on the winning trades, while seller understand that the risk is higher if they don't know what they're doing, but they get paid in any case, and they can secure that even if the trade goes in the other way, they still win. They still get what they want. So a couple of examples. So you got Nvidia, and you buy a call option with expiry on 1st of August at 200. All right. So what happens? In order to do that, you pay a premium of $3 per share for 100 contracts. That means you pay $300. And if the price of Nvidia is more than 200 at 1st of August or even before, you get paid. And if it doesn't reach above 200, your maximum loss is not 100 shares times 200, that would be 20,000. So that's your security. You're not losing 20,000. The maximum you lose is $100 times 3, so that's 300. Same thing happens if it falls below the strike price. So whatever happens, you have minimum risk of 300, but you get paid much more if it grows above 200. And that's when you buy a call. Now, if you buy a put for Nvidia at $200 strike price with expiry of 1st of August, if the price of Nvidia continues rising above 200, maximum that you lose is $100 times $3, that's $300. And if it falls below 200, you can earn a lot of money, all right? And you just risked 300. You can earn 5 times more just because every option has a natural, calculated leverage of 100 because each option is consisting of 100 shares. All right, and then you have a selling call. So if you sell a call on Nvidia, you're betting that the price of Nvidia will not go above 200 by the time of 1st of August. And as a comparison, comparing to the call buyer, you're a call seller. So call buyer is paying you, the call seller, $3 per share. You got $3 per share, that's $300. And if the strike price or if the stock price doesn't reach the strike, you just keep the premium. You don't need to do anything. If it goes above the strike price, you need to sell 100 shares of Nvidia. And that's where the key is in selling options. You gotta set and sell the options at the strike price, which would work for you in any case. So, and you gotta be secured, always be secured. So for example, what does that mean? If you're selling a call on Nvidia and you actually bought 100 shares of Nvidia at 180 and now the strike is at 200, only sell the call if you actually own the shares of Nvidia and if you would sell Nvidia at that price in any case. Because let's say if you own 100 shares at 180 and right now the Nvidia is already appreciating, it's about 200, and you want to sell Nvidia stocks, but you believe in company and you just say, hey, if by 1st of August Nvidia reaches 200 or goes above, I will sell them. I promise I will sell them. But if it doesn't, you're going to pay me $300 and I will keep those $300. So if it doesn't get to 200, I will get paid 300 and I can just do this again and again and just milk the cow until Nvidia actually goes above 200. Or if it goes to 200, I would sell those shares anyways and I earn $300. And I earn on the difference between $200 and 180 times 100 shares. So I earn $20 times 100 shares, that's 2,000 plus 300 for the premium I got paid. That's the key on selling calls. You do the things where you win in any case, whether the option makes you get assigned or if it expires worthless, you win in any case. Similar thing with selling puts. So if the put option buyer wants to buy the option, they need to pay you those $3. So you earn those $3 in any case. And then if the price of Nvidia rises above the strike price, you keep the premium. If it doesn't reach it at all, you keep the premium. And if it falls below, you gotta buy 100 shares of $200 of Nvidia. And let's say Nvidia is right now $230 and you would love to buy Nvidia at a discount, but you don't know that. Maybe it'll grow, maybe it'll continue growing, maybe it'll fall, but you don't want to buy it at 220, 230, which is the price right now. So you say, hey, option buyer, pay me $3 and I promise that if the share of Nvidia falls from 220 to 200, I will buy 100 shares. And even if it falls to 100, I'll still secure the obligation of buying 100 shares at 200. So I will lose money, but at the moment I know that Nvidia is expensive for me to buy. I want the discount, and even if the price drops even further, I'll just buy it at 200. So basically you win in any case. If you wanted to buy Nvidia at 200, now it's 230. If it falls to 200 or under, you secure that price at a discount. If it doesn't, you get paid $3 in any case per share, so you get $300, and that's how you win in any case. And that's what you should look for in life, not just trading options, but in business. Look for the situations where you win anyways. Like whatever happens, you win in one way or another. You either learn or you build something, sell it, don't sell it, build a reputation, build a personal brand, like whatever you're doing, Don't do one thing just because of that one thing. That's how you also build great businesses. Just create a flywheel. One activity brings tons of energy back. All right, so that's why I like selling options. They give you the flexibility to win in any case. To whatever price movement happens in the market, you are secured. You don't risk a lot, you get paid in any case, and even if the worst thing happens, it's something that you would like to do anyways. So if you're selling puts, you would like to buy 100 shares at a discount anyways. If you're selling calls, you would sell that stock if it grows that much anyways. So you basically don't have much risk. The worst thing that can happen is the market crashes and stays down. And the good thing is most people, first of all, don't have the capacity or time or patience to learn how to trade or sell options. They don't have enough money to earn enough from even 1 to 4 or 5% per month. So it's much more attractive to earn 50%, of course, but the risk is higher. And of course, the option selling is giving you an advantage, a statistical advantage, because about 75 to 95% of option sellers earn money from a trade that they make. And you got paid upfront if the market is stable, and there's always a complex way to use options. I didn't go into details, which allows you to profit. What I suggest now, at the end of this video, is take the time to understand options. Watch these videos, watch other videos on YouTube. There are great people teaching options, and start with selling puts. And imagine Palantir right now, it's killing it. Imagine you could buy Palantir at 80 right now, it's 150 or something. Imagine you could buy at 80. Right now you cannot, but all this time is passing by anyways. Why wouldn't you sell puts on Palantir, which is a stock you maybe believe in, and get paid every single week or month when this doesn't happen? Collect that premium, and if it happens, you would buy, and you would love to buy Palantir at 80 anyways.